Hey guys, Christina Marie here, and I just wanted to pop on here and share with you something that has just been shared with me. I don't know every detail about it, but I do know that I support the cause. So I'm going to talk to you about a movement that just started called Dear Publishing. This movement stems from a few things. Publishing has been a little more than problematic over the past forever. And 2020, 2019 was the year that publishing decided to come out and say Black Lives Matter, and just, try to or say that they are on the side of diversity and inclusion and representation and all of that. And I just feel like as a collective, it's our responsibility to hold these publishers accountable, to hold their feet to the fire when shit gets rough. Or when they do something that's totally out of pocket, like the things that I'm about to mention. So if you guys have been following, last week, Simon & Schuster announced that they had a distributing deal with this conservative, Christian publishing house called Post Hill Press. And Post Hill Press was publishing a book that was written by the man who killed Breonna Taylor. So basically, they were going to allow him to profit off of her death by telling his side of the story and what he's been through since he killed Breonna Taylor. And no, absolutely not. And so the book community was incredibly vocal, incredibly loud, and Simon & Schuster nixed the distribution deal with Post Hill Press for that particular publication or that particular project. But if my brain serves me correctly, they still have a publishing contract with Post Hill Press, which, if this is the kind of stuff that Post Hill Press is going to be doing, then Simon & Schuster, let's nix the whole thing altogether. Like, this is not what we want to be putting out into the world, coming off of 4, 5, 6 years of bull. But not only is that a thing that happened, but they're also publishing like a 2-book deal with Mike Pence, the vice president from, that administration. And I'm just like, here's the thing. I am not naive enough to think that if these publishing companies don't publish these kinds of projects, that they're just never going to get published. No, I'm not stupid. But I don't think that it is appropriate for a company who says Black Lives Matter, they stand in solidarity with people of color and just all kinds of minority groups and just people who aren't straight white male. They can't say that they stand with us and then turn around and publish work that supports our oppression. And so there's this movement that started called Dear Publishers, and I have it here on my iPad. Dear Publishers, we, a community of bookstagrammers, readers, authors, influencers, and educators, demand publishers to address their racist policies and practices. So Dear Publishers is an advocacy group created by a community of bookstagrammers, readers, authors, etc. And they're rolling out various initiatives that they are demanding that these publishers commit to. And some of the initiatives are, and I'm going to link this down in the description so you can go and read it for yourself. You can sign petitions. You can sign up to volunteer. You can find out more about the movement. You can find out a lot of stuff. The demands of Dear Publishers, it's very succinct and very specific, and I love it. Of publishers, we demand the following to be made publicly available and updated at a minimum of a yearly basis. For Simon & Schuster, address the demands of your own employees. And there is a petition that is linked here for us to sign to stand in solidarity with the Simon & Schuster employees. But then there's also the other petition, just general petition of demanding that publishers do better. But yeah, so the first initiative, address the demands of your own employees. For all other publishers, read, share, and ensure that your own company is being held to the same standards. Number 2, workplace demographic data, along with statements of commitment to diversity and inclusion that include short and long-term action plans. That is, yes, plans. Reported book publishing numbers for all imprints and divisions that include but are not limited to the mission statement, focus, or purpose of the division or imprint, the percentage of accepted and published titles authored by BIPOC, LGBTQIA+, disabled, and individuals from other marginalized communities as self-disclosed, the estimated percentage of rejected titles authored by the same collective group of people. Number 4, a commitment to yearly auditing of imprints, divisions, and distribution clients in order to ensure and maintain accountability for diverse and inclusive standards. And then number 5, reported marketing budget distribution that includes but is not limited to the planned and confirmed percentage of marketing budget distributed among titles, a list of titles that receive ARCs and the number of copies received, tracking of ARC distribution, specifically ARCs distributed to hashtag own voices readers. Number 6, proof of social impact. Examples could include donations made, legislations proposed and or supported, and or communities actively sponsored. And they list examples of reports that do exist. Yeah, so there's just a lot of good here that I support. And while I don't have the bandwidth to be as involved as I want to be, I have a platform here. I have always been known to have an opinion about something, and I've always held the mindset of, if I have a platform, I have a voice, I need to utilize that platform in its purest, with the purest of intention, with very intentional, with a very intentional purpose. So that is partially what this is. So the team of Dear Publishers, to my knowledge, is 2 people, and I will link them in the description down below. So we have Jess over at Literary Intersections over on Instagram, looks like, and then Mel at Book Recs by Mel. Looks like on April 15th, in response to Simon & Schuster's planned distribution of a book by one of Breonna Taylor's murderers, these 2 asked the Instagram book community what they were willing to risk in order to fight against racism, white supremacy, and oppression. The following day, they shared a call to action, initiating a social campaign to demand publishers to take action and make change. So again, I'm going to link all of this in the description below. You can find out more about Jess. You can find out more about Mel. There's also a few other team members here. There's Fiona. Okay, so I want to make sure I use the correct pronouns. Jess. I don't see any pronouns for Jess, so I'm just going to say Jess or they. Mel goes by she, her. There's Fiona, she, her. Olivia, she, her. Victoria, she, her. Amy, she, her. Kaden, she, her. That's my sweetie. Mwah! Love you, Kaden. Chloe, she, her. Alejandro, he, him. And Swati, she, her. Out of everybody on here, I want to say I only really know Kaden. I love her 2 pieces. But yeah, I'm loving this team, and I'm loving the passion that is very, very, very blatantly demonstrated just by looking at the website, looking at the very well formatted platform. The demands are really greatly articulated, very specific, like they're measurable. It's very, very easy to measure the success of these demands or the adherence to these demands. Honestly, these are things that should be done anyway if you have a fully, efficiently functioning company. The fact that some of these things, I'm going to assume, have not been done or being done extremely, extremely poorly. And honestly, at this point, nothing should shock me anymore. And this doesn't necessarily shock me. It's just very disappointing. Yeah, I made this video, I'm making this video to say that I stand in solidarity with the team over at dearpublishers.com. I will be signing these petitions. I stand with the Simon & Schuster employees. I have a lot of contacts at, various publishing companies, and I would love to continue my relationship with these people. I would love to continue working and growing with them, but I also am a person who refuses to disrespect herself as well as the people that look up to me, the people that share a lot in common with me, the people that suffer because of actions or inaction by publishers like this. So that's really all I have for you in this particular case. Obviously, if you have questions, I'm going to have everything linked down below. I do want to get involved a little more. I don't know to what extent yet, but I did sign up to volunteer. I'll see what needs to be done. I only work 4 days a week, so we can figure things out from there. But yeah, so I just wanted to come here and encourage you guys to read up on Dear Publishers, see what the movement is all about. Join the movement should you so choose. If you don't feel comfortable joining, then definitely promote it. Post it on your social media, talk to your friends, family about it. We just really have to start seeing impactful, actual, effectual change within the publishing community in order to be able to have some sort of semblance of, to work towards equity in publishing in all of the various industries, to be able to have your stories told, to be able to have the same resources, opportunities, as the majority. So, yeah, that's all I have for you. Like I said, if you have any questions, I'm going to leave all the information down below. Thank you guys so much, so much for watching. And I really do hope that you check all of this out. And I encourage you to not be silent in the midst of all of this. I had a really shit week last week and just processing that it is 2021 and people that look like me are still getting shot and killed by police. There's just rampant gun violence and racism. There's just so much happening within this country that this kind of thing gives me hope. It allows me to cling on to hope because I am about to be 35, and the younger generation, the Gen Zers, and even younger millennials, like it's their world to propel forward. And I want to be here as a resource, as an older resource, an experienced resource that, is able to contribute whatever she can. So, all right, I am out of here. I will talk to you guys later. I am going to go get some popcorn and get a glass of wine because your girl had a day. Mwah. See you later. Bye.